Welcome back to another unboxing. This one has been a very long coming to a lot of collectors, I think. Very special model, as I say about everything. This is the new release of the Delta A350. Now, DG Pilot, my store, got 7 of these models in, and I had the privilege of picking the best one. Which I did, and that's why I shopped there. That's also why you should shop there, because whether you pre-order a model or order a model off their website or even special order a model off their website, they're one of the only retailers that the guys there personally open the models, inspect them before they ship them out. So you will not receive a damaged model from them because they inspect them before they send them out. Now, I personally did the inspection on a lot of them, and I took this one. I actually had 2, but I canceled one of them because I really have a lot of models, and I'm kind of running out of space to put them, and I can always buy another one when I find another one that meets my requirements. But this was the best one out of the bunch that I could find. So we got the gloves on. Let's get started. This one is very interesting, to say the least. It's got some differences that are different than any of the other A350 models that I have. And you would know because you've seen my other A350 models unboxing. I can show you them at the end of this video. Another tidbit of information, as of tomorrow morning, I will be going on a trip, flying on an A320 and a 753 with Rolls-Royce RB211 engines. Very exciting. At the time of this upload, it is tomorrow, which is the 24th of January. It might be different for when this ever gets uploaded. So that will be exciting. Also have a trip planned in the future to visit the airplane shop in Las Vegas via Delta's A321neo. I'm also really excited about that. So, nevertheless, let's take a look at the new release A350. And it is beautiful. Let's turn that off. They did a good job on this one, like a very good job. And I'm not just saying that because some of their models are not so good jobs. The engine paint is very reflective, very full and complete. A lot of quality there. The wingtips are beautiful. Typical stand, as we always get with our Gemini 200 models. Landing gear. A little bit of interesting stuff on this one, but nothing we can't fix. And like I said, I did look at this model in the store because I really wanted to pick one that suited the best requirements. So without further ado, let's take a look. Yes, I did use my gloves in the store. And here she is. November 503, Delta November. Absolutely beautiful. The finish is gorgeous on the engines. The cockpit windows, some of them had some weird stuff on them, but this one is good. SkyTeam logo. This is your standard livery Delta A350. And as you can see in the light, the reflective quality on this is excellent. Gemini really has upped their game from just the previous year, and some bad quality models coming out, which is really nice to see. Again, that beautiful engine paint. Good attention to detail everywhere on this model. Our Trent 1000 XWB engines. Something interesting to note about this model as well. Oh, it's very condensation. Let's get that off actually. That's better. Unlike the Emirates A350 that we looked at, the engine spirals are painted correctly in this one, as we can see here. The fan blades have really good detail. You can see the edges of the blades are silver and the innards are black, which is amazing. Very good shape on the Trent engines. Oh, it's the gloves. It's time to change the gloves. They spin very well as well. I can't quite blow that angle, but yeah, absolutely gorgeous. I am over the moon about this mold. Now, 503DN is an early build on the A350 on Delta, so it does have the antennas up there. That is correct. I will show you this model compared to the 502 Delta November G2DAL1334 model as well. The dome is a different shape, Wi-Fi dome, go-go, or whatever you call it. But let's put it on the stand, bring you down, and take a closer look at what we got. Beautiful. All right, I got you this low because we're going to take a little bit closer in-depth look here. The mold on this model is excellent. It does have some differences from the previous release, but overall, the sheen, the paint quality, everything about this release is fantastic. There's our lovely Trent XWBs. They do have the inner strake for the 900s, as you can see there. There's our cockpit windows, which are looking very good. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's take a look at our engines. Beautiful, beautiful engines. Nope, can't seem to spin them. Yeah, that seems to be troublesome. There, you can see it somewhat. Yeah, they do spin. They do spin. All right. Let's zoom out a bit. Look at the model in totality. Yeah, I am just in love with this model, 100%. All right, let's take a look at the gear. Here is our landing gear for this mold. I'm gonna take my glove off. technical difficulties there. There we go. Out, my little friends. There we go. Landing gear. Front nose gear. A little bit of paint bleed, but that's nothing we can't fix. Pretty straight. I did pick the best gear I could. Bogey. Oh, a little bit of silver there. Might have to touch that in. That's normal though. I've seen that on these models in terms of tilt. Not much, but they do tilt the correct way backwards, which is what the A350 gear is supposed to do. This one, yep, same thing. Good tilt on there. So here's our model. It's number 1. Number 2. And number 3. So this back one is definitely wonk, but I'm not surprised because all the A350s I've ever gotten are kind of weird that way. The front gear looks good. Just have to clean up that rubber a little bit. And this one looks pretty good. It's not my favorite with that little metal showing there, but none of the gears are ever perfect anyway. So let's take you off the stand. Get this out of the way. This out of the way. Zoom in. Front gear, very straight. Inside engine, black with spinner spiral. Landing gear, like I said, if I set it on the ground, it'll look a little bit better. Don't focus. 503 Delta November, ship number 3503 with antennas. I don't know what they are up there, but that is correct. Here is our Delta winglet with Delta logo. Gorgeous. Font very easy to read. Inboard landing light. And it does have an outboard light. Beautiful. Other side of the Delta winglet. There you go. I would 110% recommend getting this model for any serious collector. It's going to be a very sought after model, very expensive model after it is not available anymore because the A350 and Delta are very sought after. I mean, I could just keep going on and on. This is by far one of my favorites. So just to point out some of the differences we have here. The nose, this is the nose mold on the new release and the engine mold. And you've seen the fan blades. The fan blades, different fan design than the previous release, and I'll show you that right now. Let's go over to the collection. Turn on the light. Here's our 7.4. Here's 502 Delta November. Our fan blade, you can see it's different. The spiral is much greater on it, bigger diameter, but the fan blades look like they have just as much detail. 502 Delta November also has the antennas up front. The mold of the nose is just a little bit different. Landing gear looks good. Engine paint and engine shape is a little bit different. The paint quality is very good. The winglet design, this is their older wing. It's different. It's more pointy and thinner. A lot of these came bent, and you had to bend them back a little bit. And the sat dome, different shape. But this is the first one with this Wi-Fi dome, sat dome on top though. November 501, Gemini release 637 does not have that. Also, this is the first A350 by Delta that came with the modern stand, not the wood stand. The first release had the wood stand. We go back to our new release. As we can see, that Wi-Fi dome / sat dome is a different shape. The engine design and fan design is a little bit different. Paint quality just as good. And that front nose shape, just a little bit different. And I'll show you the difference I'm talking about. This is November 522 Delta Zulu. Obviously, you've seen this airplane before. Absolutely fantastically gorgeous, but the newer A350s, from a certain point, do not have those antennas on the nose, as you can see. Like that. So somewhere, somehow, some technology has innovated and become better. Also, on this one down here, no antennas. This is Team USA. Just did an unboxing on that one. You're more than welcome to go check that out. Gorgeous airplane. And as I showed you before, just in case you didn't see in my last video, I will be flying on one of these in 2 days' time. I will be flying on an A320 tomorrow. Dreamliner again. And the coveted Neo Pratt & Whitney PW1100G engines. So there you have it. Let's put this on the ground and we'll conclude there. 503DN has landed. As you can see, if the camera would focus, the gear does look much better on the ground. Don't know why we don't want to focus today on what I want you to focus on. Yeah. Gear looks a lot better on the ground. My camera is not doing any good. But regardless, there you have it. November 503 Delta November G2DAL1334 2025 release of the Delta's A350 Gemini jets. Absolutely gorgeous. Highly recommend the model. All right, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.